Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the Fan Walk. If you're here at the Fan Walk, please make your way up the hill. We've got some very historic cars here at the Trans Am Speed Fest. Patrick, who I know as a professional modern Ferrari driver, now here you are in this beautiful 67 Shelby. That's got to be a total difference.
Yeah, it's a blast of the past. It's a lot of fun. Tires definitely a limitation. A lot of power, a lot of fun, though. Car's always sideways, zero aero.
I know this car has a lot of history because it's HTA, which means historic Trans Am. It had to have raced in the Trans Am series from 1966 to 1972. Do you know the history of this beautiful car?
Yeah, Bob West drove it. He bought it new. It was always a race car from day one, and like you said, it competed in historic Trans Am. So it's a great group, and they raced pretty hard and together, sideways the whole time. So yeah, that's who drove it.
Perfect. Patrick, thank you so much for bringing out this newly finished Bob West Shelby, number 15 of 26, made for the Trans Am Series or in Europe in FIA. Then we come over here, Ed, one of my favorite cars. This has a lot of history. It raced in 1969 at Laguna, Seca, and at Sonoma, that you know as Sears Point. Tell us about the car.
Well, it's purchased originally in Europe, raced in Europe for 2 years, brought over here, won 2 championships at the SECA, and raced the Trans Am at Riverside in 1968 with Bruce O'Neill. And Walt Moss drove the car in '69 in a Trans Am here and Trans Am at Sears Point. He placed 15th out of 40 cars, won $700, and he came in 4th in under 2-liter group.
Nice, 4th and under 2-liter group. But there is a famous photo of your car coming down the corkscrew right behind that famous Mark Donahue Penske Camaro. That's pretty cool.
Yes, beautiful. This is a beautiful car, and it's an old war horse. I put 200 street miles on it.
200,000 street miles, right?
200,000 street miles on it, and then brought it back to race because that's where it belongs, right?
I love it. Ed, you're my new favorite, dude. I love it. And then this beautiful Sam Posey Slime Green Classic Wax Challenger. So many great films with this car. Just here, the last turn, this car right here put Peter Revson into the wall in the 1970 championship at Laguna Seca. I see you've buffed that out, but Chad, tell us about this car.
Actually, this car made its debut here at Laguna Seca in 1970, and there's a great story about it here. It had just passed tech inspection. It hadn't even run yet. And John Tamanis, the tech inspector for SCCA, went just like this. And when he leaned back on the hood, they'd just given him a beer. His elbow dented the roof. And he said, "Well, boys, we got a problem." And so Chrysler called in a dealership closest to this track, and they were able to cut off the roof of a passenger car, put it on this car so it could make the race. And they raced it with somebody else's roof on it. Somebody at a dealership that hopefully hadn't taken delivery yet, and painted it black, and then it started racing.
That is awesome. Little secrets, right? The little cheats going on. So Steve Link, quickly, I know you race in historic Trans Am, but also the beautiful B Sedan Challenge. Tell us about your Datsun.
This Datsun was raced in 1971 and 1972 in the brand new 2.5 Challenge. That would be the first year that they separated the small sedans and the big bore cars. So I found this car in the late 90s and bought it from a doctor in Alabama. And then my father, who was an engine builder for BRE, was involved to help in the restoration of the car. So it was a load of fun and a revisit of his past. Peter Brock and John Morton helped. So we tried to make the car as authentic as possible and just having a great time.
Love it. Having a great time is what it's all about in vintage racing. And Steve Link definitely knows how to do that. But Gordon Johnson driving this car, one of my favorite cars, cool era of Trans Am, the 91 Olds Cutlass Rocket Sports Paul Gentilozzi car. Tell us about your car.
Well, this car originally campaigned in 1991 Trans Am with